1, 2, 3. Draw!
Draw.
Yeah, what?
I got shot!
Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking about Western Legends. This is a sandbox game.
Sandbox game is a game where you can, in a way, do anything you want.
There's multiple ways you can find your way to victory. You can be a baddie and go on the wanted track, and you can rustle cattle.
You can go mining.
Rob your friends.
You can go play poker.
And rob the bank and do all sorts of naughty, mischievous stuff. Or you can go down a more righteous path and climb the martial track. And you can gain legendary points in that regard that you can
Go arrest outlaws. You can...
And you can, I guess you rustle cattle. What do you do if you're doing it the right way?
Wrangle.
Rustle and wrangle?
Or something like that, yeah.
Something like that. But anyway, the point is, it's a sandbox game. It's free and open, and there's lots of different ways that you can win.
So at the beginning of each turn, you will choose either to take 2 cards for $20 or $10 and 1 card, and then your main action phase will happen. You get 3 actions. You can usually either use those actions to move or use those actions to interact with the locations on the map. Or if you're in the same location as somebody else, you can fight an opponent. You can either duel them or rob them or arrest them, depending if they're an outlaw or not. You can try to accomplish these things during your turn. If you've accomplished them, you put your little token on there. You can try to move up the wanted track or up the martial track, and you get legendary points for doing all kinds of things on here. And as you get those legendary points, you'll be moving up on this track. And legendary points, basically victory points. You can choose to either play a short game, medium game, or a long game. I recommend either playing a medium game or a short game. That's basically the entire game right there. Those are all the rules. These are prospector dice. When you go mining, you get to roll those and you get what you want. Oh look, I got 2 golden nuggets. Isn't that fun?
To get us started, we have to first select our character, and this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So what you do is we shuffle this.
You deal out 2 cards
and you pick the one you want.
Yeah. And this is a big deal because the person you pick kind of determines what you're going to... It determines what you're going to do.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it determines what you're going to kind of do for the rest of the game, but you can also deviate from that if you want to.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I got yeah.
I played him last time.
Oh, okay.
I was really bad last time. So these guys are kind of neutral.
Yeah. She's a frontierswoman and a scout, and she fought a lot of Native Americans.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I'll play her because I feel like I've played Outlaws too many times.
I'm gonna play the walking. All right. Cool.
I don't know.
So we'll see.
Also, yeah.
I could still go either way though.
You can, yeah. I could too. I'm going to move to the bank and attempt to rob the bank. Jesse James is a persistent man. Are you sure you want to do this?
I don't like your kind. around my gold depositing bank.
Yeah.
Ah! Immediately cancel the results of this fight and initiate a new fight.
New fight.
Clear skies.
Yeah.
And clear roads.
So, enough of that.
Oh, gosh.
Western Legends. What do we think of this game?
It is amazing, and it had a nice feel to it. It kind of makes you feel like you're in the Old West, going around doing
it's
things.
very nostalgic. It brings back all those.
Definitely
Western
a glamorized
movies.
version of it, but it does give you kind of like you're in an old Western movie, more like than the actual Old West. You know, you're
It's
getting
all
gold
the
and robbing the
characters.
banks.
You can play the
Yeah.
famous people.
Yeah.
Billy the Kid.
I like it. It's a sandbox. When I first saw this on Kickstarter, I didn't back it because I was worried it was going to be a really long and drawn out, convoluted game, and it's not. If anything, it's kind of short.
Short, yeah. I always feel like I need 2 more turns.
Yeah, same here.
Even when you get the 2 more turns when someone
Yeah.
ends it.
Yeah.
I'm always like, I just need a little bit more time.
Yeah.
No, we just played it at 3 players, and it felt.
Short.
I feel like it plays better with 4 players, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to play it with 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think they give you a good amount of options, and they all feel like different options. They definitely feel different. I mean, mining for gold feels different than hustling cattle. What they did really well with this game, for it being an open-ended game where you can do lots of things, they did a good job balancing production values with price. I think it cost $60. I can't remember off the top of my head what I paid for it.
That's tremendous.
But it wasn't on sale. I paid like RSV. I bought it from the company, so it was like the regular price. And they have these miniatures, and they're not that great. They're not the highest quality miniatures, but they're fun. They're fun miniatures. They're all different. The quality is like where you want them to be. They have this nice deck of cards. It's like they put the money where.
They have chunky dice.
Yeah.
Love the chunky dice.
They put the money for the production where it should be without going crazy over the top.
I love how this game makes me feel when you sit down and you have a new character, new agendas, and you're like, what am I going to do first?
Yeah.
Such a great feeling.
For me,
and
it was
then,
robbing the bank.
Yeah, and then it is fun to like interact with the other people and be like, you robbing me, I'm arresting you. And that's really fun.
And the feeling you get when you get to the top of like the track, you feel this. I got to the top of the track.
Yeah.
And feel a sense of accomplishment, even if I wasn't there for that long.
Yeah.
I felt a sense of accomplishment, and this game makes you feel. It makes you feel like when you get your when you achieve your accomplishment, you feel really good about it. No matter what you're doing, if you're turning gold.
I only got like on the very beginning of it, I was like, I finally got on the track.
You didn't have the best of games.
It wasn't
This
the best
last
of
one.
games. No, I was kind of a little slowpoke. It was still fun.
I like these. I like these little story card things. How they do it. They have a little goal in them, and if you've accomplished that during your turn, whether you become wanted or gain so many points on your turn, you can put a little token here, and then once they're filled up, they trigger, and then they have a little flavor text on the back.
Rub some dirt in it. Getting shot's just something that happens, same as getting married or catching a fever. Players that contribute to this may gain 1 wound to draw 1 poker card.
They're a lot of fun to read. They impact the game just enough that you feel like they're worth doing, but not so much that it's game breaking or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's something that they could have easily left this out because this was sort of I can see how this was a bit of work.
Yeah.
And something that you could have cut. Like if you're trying to streamline a game, you could have cut these. And I'm really glad they didn't because I think this
It gives it focus.
and it kind of just really helps bring the whole theme in. I know you have everything else to bring the theme in, but this brings like narration to the game without it being problematic narration where you're sitting there listening to a bunch of text all the time.
Yeah.
I would say like there's a lot of reading and details in this. Whether it's the cards that you're fighting with or like this thing or just all the different things that you get when you choose to do an action. There's a lot to just make sure you check all your boxes because otherwise you're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
And like there was one situation where like I forgot to do this. I could have scored on that, but I just didn't pay attention, didn't realize that was available. So that's one thing is like if you're not really good at like keeping track of lots of details and information, it does take a little while to get familiar with everything, but it's still super fun even when you're first getting into it. But it is a lot of text. Which is the only thing.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you don't like reading,
yeah, it's
then,
just if you don't like reading, then or you just struggle to keep a lot of information in front of you, then that's the only thing that's kind of difficult.
That's true, because the poker cards you play with, a lot of them have special abilities on them.
Mm-hmm. And they're like you usually have a hand of 5 unless you're wounded. You'll have
and they're always very easy to understand. I've never come across one where I'm like, oh, I don't understand what this does.
Right, they're clear.
They're clear, but still.
But you have to read all of it.
Right.
To understand it.
So if you're playing with young kids, or like if you're just, not as quick of a reader, it might take you a little longer.
Yeah. But still tremendous game, super fun.
Yeah.
I look forward to every time we play this.
Yeah.
We are experienced cowboys.
We are. Andrew knew what was going on. So that was Western Legends. Thanks so much for watching our review of this game. We hope that we whet your appetite.
Yes. We hope.
I don't think that's a Western. Why?
We hope that we westerned your appetite.
We need to get off this video.
Yeah, we probably should.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed it.
I hope you feel obliged to hit that like button.
Yes.
And subscribe.
Bring us more favor.
And share the video around. Tell your friends and family.
Only the ones that like this.
Yes. Of course, if they don't like it, share it anyway.
Maybe they'll